What's up, Loc Nation? Welcome back to my channel. I'm your girl Kenyatta here. Happy New Year. I hope everyone had an amazing holiday season. I'm bringing the new year with this super simple and super cute updo with a fishtail braid and Loc Petals. So if you'd like to see how it's done, keep on watching. The first thing you want to do to get started with this style is section the hair. And for this style, we will have a total of 2 sections. And our first section begins here. Right above the ear, we're going to go straight up. Okay. I'm going to make a part. We're going to section the hair. And we're going to come down on the other side. Okay. So the very first section is simply right at the front. Okay, once you make your first part from ear to ear, go ahead and section this part out. I'm just going to put a little rubber band on here just to hold the hair for the moment. Now that we've made our first part and we have a portion of the first section complete, you want to go ahead and take this time to decide which direction you would like your braid to go in. If you like your braid to start from left and go to the right and swoop around, then you want to do this next part on the right side of the head. If you want your braid to go from right to left, you want to do this next portion on the right side of the head. This particular style, the braid is going to be going from left to right. Now that we're on the right side of the head, we're going to go ahead and complete our first section, okay? And we're going to kind of like make a slither here, just like so. Some hair out of the way. Now keep in mind that this braid is going to be coming down and swooping up. So we want to go ahead and get some hair from the top. Kind of make a diagonal part from here going up, just like this. So I'm going to take these locks here. Okay. And I'm going to make a section going up here. Just like so. So now that I have that second part portioned out, I'm going to go ahead and just separate it from the rest of the hair. What I'm going to do is add it in to the front portion here, just to separate the hair. Okay. And there we have our 2 sections. Okay. That's our first section. And now we are left with the rest. And this part of the hair is what's going to be our ponytail at the top of the head. Take that. I'm just going to take this pipe cleaner and wrap it around the rest of the hair, just to keep it out of the way for the time being while we work on our braid. So to do this braid, we're going to start off with 2 locks. We're going to take the first one here at the bottom, of course. Okay, we're going to take another lock. And we're starting off with 2 locks. We're going to make 1 X, and then we're going to make 2 X's, just like so. Now that we have our 2 X's and our 2 locks, we're basically going to be doing a figure 8, okay? And because this lock here is at the top, we're going to go ahead and start on this side, and this lock will be going over this first lock, under the second one. Starting off, we're going to go over. All right, and then under that second lock. See that? That first lock went over and then under. We're going to come right back around and go over that second lock, under the first lock, come around, over the first lock, under the second lock. We're going in a figure 8, okay? Around, over, then under. Okay, a figure 8. And keep in mind that this does not have to be tight at all, so don't go pulling on your locks or pulling on your client's locks. Just do a figure 8 comfortably. You don't have to strain the lock in any way. We're going to continue our figure 8. We're going to go under. We're going right back over. Then we're going to go under. Okay, just like so. You see our figure 8 beginning to happen here. All right, once we reach the point where we want to add in a lock, we'll do so. Now I'm going to flip this down so you guys can see something real quick. doing the figure 8. But see these 2 locks here? These are the locks that we're going to add in. Okay? When you begin to add in a lock, make sure you reach the point where the lock can comfortably enter the braid. This is our stitch lock, the lock that we were doing the figure 8 with. It becomes a part of this first section, just like so. Alright? And we're going to take our lock on this side and we're going to add it. We're going to go over the first section, under the second section, okay? Doing a figure 8. We're going to go around, over, then we're going to go under, okay? Figure 8, around the first section, over, oops, around, under. This is the section that our stitch lock became a part of. Our new stitch lock, which is here, becomes a part of this front section. Okay? And we're going to take another lock and it's going to enter the braid here. So we're going to take this lock, we're going to go over the first section, under the second section, and that stitch lock becomes a part of this front section. And we're going to continue our figure 8, coming around just like an 8, over, then under. Hope you guys can see what I'm doing. We're going to go under, we're going around, over, okay, under, okay, under, of course, figure 8, over, under, okay. Now, here's our stitch lock, okay. When we reach a point, now as we're doing this braid, we're going to be reaching locks that we are not going to be using as a stitch lock. We're basically going to be adding locks into the sections as they are convenient. The only locks that we will be adding to the braid, creating stitches with, are the ones on the outer perimeter. So this is the section that our stitch lock became a part of. Our new stitch lock, which is here, becomes a part of this front section. Okay? And we're going to take another lock and it's going to enter the braid here. So we're going to take this lock, we're going to go over the first section, under this second section, and that stitch lock becomes a part of this front section. And we're going to continue our figure 8, coming around just like an 8, over, then under. Hope you guys can see what I'm doing. We're going to go under, we're going around, over, okay, under, okay, under, of course, figure 8, over. You can see my stitch lock here, okay? And at this point in the braid, as you can see, there's a lock here in the middle. And throughout this braid, there are going to be locks that are in the middle of this braid. But we're only going to be using the outer locks as stitch locks, okay? I'm going to go ahead and add this middle lock to this section here because it's convenient. It's literally right there. I'm going to take my stitch lock and continue my figure 8. Go around, over, then we're going to go under, over, and then under. I'm going to stop here and see I've stopped my stitch lock here, and I'm going to add that to this front section right here. And I'm going to take a lock from the front and I'm going to add it into the braid. We're going over and then under. Over that first section, just like so. Then we're going under. Okay? Now, here's a tricky part too. We've literally did a half a stitch with this first lock. However, there is a lock right here on the other side that needs to enter this braid. So instead of completing the figure 8, we're going to go ahead and stop that. Add it to this section here because this is the side it's on. Hold it. That lock in the back enters the braid. We're going over and under. Going over, under, figure 8, come right back around, over, under, come right back around. We're going under this section here. Now, there's a lock right here, and I'm going to add it to this section because it's convenient. So I'm just going to pick that lock up and continue with my stitch lock and go under, come right back around. We're going to go over and under. Okay, we're going to stop here because now we're about to add some more locks into this braid. We're going to take this lock here in the back since it's right here, and with our stitch lock it just adds into that section. We're going to take our lock in the back. We're going into the braid, over, okay? And then once we go over, we're going to go under, okay? And as you can see, this is our stitch lock. We haven't even done an entire stitch. All we did was bring the lock into the braid. We went over and under. We didn't even do the whole figure 8. This lock can just add into that first section here because we're going to add this lock here into the braid as well. So this lock, of course, starts off, we're going over, okay? Figure 8. Then we're going under. Continuing. Do not make this tight, y'all, okay? When you're doing your client's hair, make sure this is very comfortable. You don't want anything pulling, okay? Or if you're doing this on your own head. It doesn't have to be tight, all right? So we're going to continue our figure 8, around, over, okay? Under, okay? Over, under. This is where the braid begins to curve around, and I'm going to show you guys a cool trick how to make your braid curve and also make it seamless so that there won't be any gaps, okay? So as you can see, we're working with some locks here. We're going to start to curve this braid, all right? And what we do is take our stitch lock, okay? We're going to come under just like so. And because our stitch lock is short, we're actually going to swap out our stitch lock for a longer lock. We're actually not going to pick up any locks right now. We're going to work with the braid without adding any locks. And what I'm going to do is actually go into my braid and I'm going to get the longest lock in the braid. I'm going to get the longest lock in the braid. I'm going to single it out and have the longest lock in the braid that I singled out. With my stitch lock, I'm just going to lay it into this section here, and this new lock, I'm just going to overlap that shorter lock and come around, continuing the figure 8. We're going to come over, all right? And instead of doing a figure 8 right here, we're going to do a couple of loops on the first section, just like this. And so instead of going under, we're going to continue around, just like this, before we start our figure 8 again. So that's like one wrap. Make sure it's not tight. Make sure it's together and seamless. We're going to go around one time. We're going to go around 2 times, just like so. And then we're going to do a figure 8, coming around under, all right? And we're going to continue that, just like so. There's a lock right here. I'm going to add it to this section for convenience. We're going to continue under. We have our stitch lock, which becomes a part of this section here. We have a lock here. It enters the braid going over. Just like so. Make sure it's not tight. Over. Then we're going under, looping in that lock that we picked up. Now at this point in the braid, it is becoming a little bit narrow, so you can just add locks into the braid as you go along, as it works, as it's convenient. It doesn't matter if the lock is on the outer portion or the inner portion. Whichever lock works, pick that lock up and continue the braid as we have been doing. So we're going under, okay, and we're making this curve. So we're going to loop around this first one twice. That's come around, that's one. We're going to come around one more time. And we're going to come around one more time, that's two. Once we do our second loop, we're going to come around with that stitch lock. It goes under. We're coming around. Okay, here I'm going to pick up a new lock. So what I'm going to do is have this stitch lock go under and enter this section. I'm going to take a new lock that is longer, okay? It's going to overlap that stitch lock and continue as my stitch lock, okay? And it's going to come over. Then it's going to come under. I'm going to pick up this lock here and I'm just going to add it into the braid because it's convenient, and it's just going to continue.
Lego. Original man. When they say it's about nothing, man, I tell them it's my life. Man, I chilling in the studio, man, I vibing, it's my life. And to play, then they use me to play. Man, I vibing all day. Man, I use me to play. I spitting for me bars, me I never back down. 1, 2, 3, me up on the countdown, man down. If you test me, man down. Original bad man, me I run town. Them try to downgrade, bad man fi upgrade. Then try to invade, bad man fi evade. They can't believe it, they love how I spit it. They know I'm gon' kill it, and they know I'm gon' kill it. When they say it's about nothing, man, I tell them it's my life. Man, I chillin' in the studio, man, I vibing, it's my life. And to play, then they use me to play. Man, I vibing all day. Man, I use me to play.
End of the braid where it meets the ponytail, we're gonna go ahead and get tricky, and this is what you can do. You can flip into a barrel roll because we've basically come all the way around, and we're gonna flip into a barrel roll to really curve the braid and control the direction. So instead of doing a figure 8 with that lock, we're gonna come all the way over, okay, lining it up, and we're just gonna do a barrel roll. Is basically the end of that braid. We can go ahead and take a rubber band and secure this into place. Right, and now we're finished that braid here, and as you guys can see, our braid literally looped around, okay? We're finished our fishtail braid. At this point, from this point, what we're going to do is go ahead and take our second section that we created by default. We're going to take that hair out. Okay. And now we're going to go ahead and bring everything up. Into a ponytail at the top of the head. It's okay to let this hair kind of fall under the braid like this. Okay. Just like so. All right, as you can see, I went ahead and put all of the hair into a ponytail. I've used a pipe cleaner to put this ponytail in, but I always use pipe cleaners. That's nothing new. Just going to tuck my pipe cleaner. So I have my ponytail in. All right, And now that I have my ponytail in, we're going to go ahead and get into our lock petals on the top. If you don't know how to do lock petals, stop this video right here and check out my video right here at the top of the screen, how to do lock petals.
You don't know. Bad man. Yeah. His body baby, oh. His body baby, oh. Yeah. It's a bad man thing, yeah. Bad girl make you wine to the bass, nah. Give me that thing where I go feel late, nah. The way you back it up, the way you bust in the place, nah. Oh, yeah. Steady on time, girl, don't be late, nah. Said I'm in love with you, and I'ma give you anything you want, and I'ma give you anything you need. Bad man, here, wine I'm doing. Said I'm in love with you, and I'ma give you anything you want, and I'ma give you anything you need. Bad man, here, wine I'm doing. That me low, tell me what you want to know. Me I no go lose control. Bad man I feel your flow. Wine I'm slow. This one no be private show. That me low, tell me what you want to know. I go give you all and more. Bad man I feel your flow. Wine I'm slow. This one no be private show. Your friends they tell you say I be nobody. Been searching all around but I found nobody. Call on me, I go give you all of me, Baby, make you follow me, I go give you all of me. Moto, Sean say she moving to the baseline.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching my video. I really do appreciate it. Share this video with all of your friends and family with locks. Any locticians that you know seeking lock styling inspiration. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment down below, and let me know what you think about this video. Subscribe, turn on your notifications so that you never miss a video from your girl. Y'all know I rock with y'all the long way, right? You better know it. It's your girl Kenyatta here. Peace.